Okay, so uh, yeah, I saw the article. I don't know if it's true or not, but they said it's true. I looked at it and I read a little bit of it. It looks like it's true. They want to change. They want to change Splash Mountain, the inside of Splash Mountain, because it's racist. The next thing you know, they'll take away It's a Small World. I mean, look, we have a racist past, right? There was systemic racism in the past. There were laws written on the book against black people in the past, right? But when you start destroying things, you're not it I don't know how to explain it. This is not this is not a God video. When I make a God video, I don't stutter. And if I do stutter, it's just because I'm going through an attack or something. But this is a Shantae video, okay? That really is disappointing because when I was a child, growing up on the system, see, people think, oh, well, you hate welfare people. No, I don't hate welfare people. We grew up on the system. I had two parents that couldn't work, and because they couldn't work, we had to get System 8. But when I turned 14, I started working since I was 14. I was paying my taxes since I was 14. Though my mother received aid for us, I still worked from the time I was 14 until now that I'm working, which is 46. So I've been working since I've been 14 years old, getting a paycheck, an actual paycheck, from something that wasn't paid under the table. I was getting an actual paycheck since I've been 14 years old. So, yeah, my mom received aid. My dad received aid. We received aid because they really couldn't hold jobs. They really couldn't work, even though my mom tried. But my mom was a very frugal person, and she knew how to pinch a penny. She knew how to pinch a penny and make $1,000 from it. Don't ask me how, but she would pinch pennies so hard. My mommy, she would pinch the pennies, and then $1,000 would come out. It was like magic. I don't know how she did it. And she never went to the bank. She had the bank of her bosom. You know, we'd go somewhere, or she had to pay rent, and then she'd be pulling out wads of money from her bosom. That was her bank. Yeah. She, but in all seriousness, I'm really upset. How dare they destroy Splash Mountain because somebody got offended at what is it, the Bears or whatever? Oh well, it's racist. Everything in the past was racist. We had a different standard back then. But so what? I look. I had a conversation with a family member the other night, and he was whining the same thing about whining and whining and whining about flags and statues and I'm trying to figure out, because see, it's not just about my brother or my sister or a friend of mine. It's about being a Christian, a believer, a child of God, right? So if I'm a child of God, nothing can come against me. It's like, do you believe the gospel or not? Do you believe in the power of God or not? If you believe in the power of God, nothing can offend you. Stars and bars or whatever, that doesn't offend me. I see stars and bars on people's trucks all the time. It doesn't offend me. What used to offend me, actually, to be honest with you, I used to get a little bit leery seeing people driving around with American flags. Those were in the trucks. You know, they drive in their little F450 trucks, 450, 150 trucks, or 350 trucks, and they had their little flag, their American flags. Those are the ones that used to scare me. Well, they didn't scare me, but those are the ones I always wanted to keep an eye out on. If I'm watching the Stars and Bars, and I'm looking at them and they're driving around with the Stars and Bars, I already know what they're about. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a part of history that they were just, you know. But if you're a child of God and you're so weak to where a piece of cloth offends you or makes you have emotional trauma, you need psychological help. You need psychological help. And if you can't understand that during the time of Disney there was no frog prince or whatever, no princess frogs or the prince and the frog and the princess, and with Tatiana and the frog guy, and the frog guy he wasn't even black, he was Latino or something. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see representation, but you don't mess with things that existed before. I don't understand why you people that really, out of everything, that's the thing that made me kind of emotional. How dare they destroy Splash Mountain? That was one of the rides my mother loved. She loved that ride. We used to go every summer because she pinched pennies. One time when we moved, because we had the county came, the child welfare people came, because we used to live in motels because we didn't have a house after. We had a house, but then I was real young and I don't remember all the details of all that. But then we just moved in from one motel to another motel. That's how we lived. And to the child welfare people said that your sons and your daughters have to have separate rooms. Because we all lived in a one-room motel for a long time. Y'all don't understand the kind of poverty that my family lived in. And so my mom said, okay. And she determined, and we got us an apartment, one of our first apartments in our older years that I can remember. And she had to come up with a big down payment and all this kind of stuff. And we was broke because she had to come up with a big down payment. So we were living off of rice and jawbreakers for these yeah, rice and jawbreakers. And then finally, when we got our checks, when my mom got our check, she's like, okay. And the next thing I know, she was saving up into her deathbed. But in the midst of her saving, she always had money in the summer to take her 5 children and about 5 of the neighbors' children on public transportation to Disneyland, pay for all their tickets, pay for all our tickets, buy our food, because she knew how to pinch pennies. Oh, well, you use welfare money to go to Disneyland. No, we used the money that she used the money that she saved during the year for the summer, and the summer we went to Disneyland. And I'll never ever forget that which my mom did for me. Not only me, but my 4 other siblings. And not only me and my 4 other siblings, but 4, 5, 6 neighborhood children. So yeah, I'm just slightly irritated with that. That really kind of pissed me off because I have beautiful childhood memories from Disneyland, particularly from Splash Mountain, because my mom used to love the little animated bears and the little foxes, or all that stuff. She used to love that stuff. Now, personally, I was a little uncomfortable with It's a Small World, but when I became an adult and I started working at a high school every year for grad night, I always went to Disneyland with my grad students, and I would take a guest because I could take a guest because that's something my mom instilled in me. So when I got the chance to go to Disneyland for free, I always took a guest with me to Disneyland for free. And one year we had one year I went to a Sadie Hawkins Day dance, and we went to Knoxbury Farm, and I took a friend to that. Why? Because my mom used to do it. Something that I learned from my mom. Yeah, but I mean that really bothered me. So I'm gonna make another video, but this one I just want to vent because that's not right. That's not right to destroy. I don't care if he was racist. I don't care. It's just like taking the image of the woman from the Ancient Mammy pancake box. These are visions and creations that these people made, and you're gonna take it away and remove it. That's wicked. It's wicked. Just like taking away the lessons that we're supposed to learn from history. It's wicked. So that people can rewrite their own history. It's just wicked. But I'm shut down for tonight. I'm going to make one more video. And then I'm going to try to eat something. Because I haven't really eaten all day. Actually, I haven't eaten all day. I really haven't. I've been chewing gum all day. But I haven't eaten any food. So I need to eat. So, yeah, the whole Disneyland thing, that right there, that is a travesty. I'm done, and and soon as this one starts uploading, then I'm gonna make another one. But this is me. This had nothing to do with Jesus. This is a Shantae video because I'm frustrated that a part of my childhood memory is going to be destroyed because you got a bunch of weak-minded Negroes. Well, you said Negroes. I sure did. When I had my original birth certificate, before I lost it, and got a replacement with the woke folk, my original birth certificate said ethnicity Negro. On my original birth certificate. It still says Negro for my parents, but for me it is just blank. It don't have an ethnicity. But my original birth certificate said Negro on my ethnicity. Female Negro. That was it. I don't have a problem with the word Negro. That don't bother me. Anyways, a bunch of weak Negroes and a bunch of hateful, liberal, racist, white Marxist people just destroying everything. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't. I understand that it's supposed to happen, but I just can't believe the vehicle in which all of these things are unfolding before my eyes. It's just, you would think that it would be something different. You wouldn't think it's first of all, you wouldn't think that they would come up with a virus that's not that much worse than the flu virus to shut down the economy. You wouldn't think that after that they would stage a murder. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but I believe that was staged. It's just too awkward. It was just too awkward. They staged the murder, and then riots came, and then there was organized riots in different cities. And you want me to believe that it's all a coinkydink? Y'all better kiss my behind. Go on somewhere with all that. That ain't a coinkydink. All that's planned, including that man's murder. And including that. It was all staged. This is a staged crisis. It's a staged crisis because they want to destroy America. They want to get rid of Trump because whether you like it or not, whether you look at his past indiscretions or not, Trump is right now the intercessor between America, the world, and the destruction that's going to come upon all the earth. I'm just going to leave that there right now because this is not a Jesus video. This is a Shantae video. There's a difference. This is a Shantae video, okay? No, this don't have nothing to do with Christianity or even though I mentioned it. But this is not a Jesus video. I just want to make that clear. Because I don't want to say something and y'all think God said it when God didn't say. God don't care about Disneyland. I care about Disneyland. I care about it because everything is being turned upside down because of a bunch of emotional, weak people. So anyway, I'm done with this. I'm done.